Hello, this is Mr. Yun, and today we are going to be learning about substituting variables. Before we get to the main part of the story, I'm going to tell you a quick story about a novel called The Little Prince, written by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. So, in the beginning of the story, there's a pilot who gets stranded on a in a desert, and he meets the little prince. And in the night, the little prince asks the pilot to draw him a sheep. And so the main character goes on to draw the first sheep, and the little prince goes, "It has little horns and it looks weird, so I don't like it." And then he draws another one, and the next one he goes like, "Oh, it has a weird nose," and he doesn't like it. He draws several more sheep, but he's still not satisfied. And our main character gets a little tired of the little prince, so he goes on to draw a little box. And then he explains to the little prince that, okay, there is a sheep inside this box, and it is whatever you like. And then the little prince goes like, oh, that's great, but if it's in the box, how is it gonna breathe? So he goes on to draw 3 holes for the little prince, and finally he is satisfied. Okay, so how is that related to math? So let's assume that instead of one sheep in a box, let's say there is unknown number of sheep in the box. And then we can just give it, and let's say the little prince wanted more than one sheep. Then, and the main character goes on to draw in 3 little boxes and an extra sheep. And let's say the little prince said, okay, there are 3 holes here, so maybe there are 3 sheep in each box. Then how many sheep are there in total? So we know that there are 3 sheep here, 3 here, and another 3 here, and there's an extra one. So then we have 3 times 3 plus 1. Therefore, we have 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So we know that we have 10 sheep in total. What if there was 4 sheep in each box? What would happen? So let's say that there's a 4 sheep here, 4 here, and 4 here. Then we would still do, okay, there are 4 sheep in each box, and there are 3 boxes, and then there's another sheep here. Therefore, we got to do 4 times 3, which is 12, and then plus 1, therefore we get 13. So now, let's try to calculate how many sheep there are without the drawings of the sheep. So over here, I'm gonna say that there are 2 boxes and another 4 boxes, and then there are gonna be 7. We're gonna let 7 sheep go free, and then in each box there are 5 sheep. Then I know that in 2 boxes there are going to be 2 times 5 amount of boxes, and then 4 times 5 amount of sheep, and then we're going to take away 7. So there are 2 boxes of 5 sheep, which would make it 10, and there are 4 boxes of 5 sheep, which will make it 20 sheep, and then we're going to take away 7. Therefore, we're going to do 10 plus 20, which is 30, minus 7, and that we will end up with 23 sheep. So now I'm going to try to use X and Y instead of boxes. And X and Y are going to be 2 different boxes. So one could have 7 different sheep in it, and the other one, so X could have 7 sheep in it, and then Y could have maybe 1,000,000 sheep in it. but we gotta know that those two are different boxes. And let's do an example. So over here, I have x over 3 plus 2y minus 3. And then we're given that x is equal to 9 and y is equal to 2. So the first step is going to be simply replacing the x and y with the given values. So we know that x is equal to 9, so I'm going to replace x with a 9 and write it the same thing underneath. And then plus 2 times y, and y is 2, so we write 2, and then minus 3. Then we just simply have to calculate this. We know that 9 over 3 is the same as 9 divided by 3, and I know that 9 divided by 3 is equal to 3. And then plus 2, bracket 2 means 2 times 2, therefore we have 4, and then we're going to keep minus 3 as minus 3. So we just simply have to do 3 plus 4 minus 3. So 3 plus 4 is 7, and then we keep the minus 3, and I know that 7 minus 3 is 4, so 4 is my final answer. So to wrap up, there are only 2 steps that you have to remember. So first thing is you have to replace letters with given numbers. And the second is simply after you have replaced the letters with a given number, you just simply have to follow order of operation or BEDMAS to calculate your final answer. That's it for today, and feel free to ask any questions.